Alright, hopefully I didn't accidentally keep things muted this time around, but hello! Welcome to BVL Season 2, Week 3 Battles! And I guess I have nothing to say this time around, other than next week we'll cross the halfway mark into the main season, so that's pretty exciting. I'm gonna go ahead, I guess, and get into the little voice channel here. Yeah, I mean, no reason to delay, I guess, right? Everybody's here. We don't have to wait for anything. Gonna connect. Hello.
No, shit.
I was like, is she really talking over everyone right now?
No, yeah, I mean, I always do my intro before I join the voice chat.
Yeah, like, I forgot that you weren't in the call and I just didn't have the stream muted, and I'm like, is she really talking over everyone right now?
It's like, I have...
What's going on?
I have everybody else muted, so I can't hear you. So. Alright, so. We're gonna, let me see, I'm gonna pull up my little sheet here, my little stats sheet. That, again, I have mine on my computer. I'll be updating the one, the Google Doc one that you guys can all see after the stream with the stats. So, our first match of the evening. We have the Detroit Legends versus the Bilgewater Berserkers. And I believe every match is in conference this week, the next couple weeks. Alright. Actually, every week until the last week now, I think all the matches are in conference. So, let me find my teams here. There they are. And, oh no, wait, this is, no, this is a rival match. That's what it was. First week was rival battle. Second week was all in conference. This week is rival battle. And then weeks 4, 5, and 6 are all in conference. And then week 7, everybody has a rival battle. That's what it is. Alright, so Bilgewater Berserkers and Detroit Legends, they're sitting right here across from each other on my screen, so that is perfect for me on the stats screen. It doesn't matter, you guys can't see that. Alright, so while I update which Pokemon were brought to each match, you guys have any comments on the lineups you see here?
Yeah.
I commented on this like when the battle happened, but I think it's kind of weird that Tyrant ignored the main like advice or criticism that was levied towards him last week, and that Relicanth is useless without Swift Swim in his draft in any matchup, but yet he's brought it without rain support this week, in a week where rain support would be really good. So that's a little weird.
Wouldn't he have to bring, like, Rain Dance, at least?
He'd probably have to bring, like, either Rain Dance on it, which isn't great, or bring Pelip. But he's brought Mamoswine. Mamoswine's pretty good here. Like, I don't even know this guy's name. Jacob, I think Jedi Jacob doesn't have any real switches for Mamoswine. Like, his best would be Suicune, which
this is King.
If it's defensively invested is... Yeah, King. Okay. Guzzlord could also be a threat if Tyrant brings the right set. I won't spoil anything. It could be a threat. Breloom cleans his team up when Zapdos goes down and Demaniton's weakened. Toxapex is a little iffy, depending on it's nice for like a Dom. And if it's Haze, it's good for Snorlax and Suicune. And it could potentially take on Tyranitar, maybe depending on T-Tail step. But yeah.
Alright.
I think King's biggest threat to Tyrant is probably Demant, because his best switch is like Guzzlord, which has no recovery, or Toxapex, which doesn't really like taking Earthquake if it's choice banned. That's about all I have to comment on.
Alright, any other thoughts before we get started? Going once, going...
It's weird that Relicanth see it without the Pelican.
Yeah, that's true. I'm gonna take a guess that he didn't want to bring it because of Zapdos, but then, yeah, the synergy with Relicanth is lost on it. He could have brought something else, maybe. Ooh, I got a ping on my computer.
He could have a ton of speed if he did bring Pelipper or some sort of Rain Dance.
True.
But he didn't.
Alright. Well, let's take a look at what happened now. Got Registeel versus Toxapex lead. Rocks are up. Got Rocks versus Toxic Spikes. I'm guessing a defog is coming. Oh, a Tailwind.
Yeah, I don't know why King keeps doing this, but he keeps running Tailwind, like, on all of it, on his Zapdos, and it's really not good. And it never pays off for him. Because if you make any kind of defensive play with Tailwind, you waste it, and it doesn't last long enough in singles to really be worth it, so this is just wasting a slot. And I don't get why Registeel was left in here. He basically just sacks it.
Mm-hmm.
That could have been really nice versus Guzzlord, but now it's dead. It's pretty much dead.
Yeah. I mean, the thing with Tailwind, again, he's still got basically a pretty slow team. That wouldn't benefit much. Seeing the stockpile. By the way,
I don't get why, I don't really get why stockpile was brought here. Because I mentioned this earlier, but all stockpile does is give King free turns to set up with Snorlax and with Suicune.
Mm-hmm.
And if this is rest Snorlax, it wins here, like uncontested. Just it could really put a hole in his team.
By the way, you guys in on the chat on Twitch, are you guys hearing the music in the background better this time around? Because I've noticed in all the replays I've had the music too low to hear, and then it just sounds like awkward silence over the battles. So, trying to get some background music that's audible.
He shows Figgy Berry here, which reveals that he's recycled.
Mm-hmm.
But I think rest would have been a lot better.
Yeah. Especially given the poison.
Yeah. Also...
Because there it goes.
I think Toxapex revealed most of its set by this point. It's got Toxic Spikes, Baneful Bunker, and then Recover has to be one of its moves.
Mm-hmm.
So either it's not running an attacking move, or it's not running Haze. And not running Haze is very, very, like, that's a really bad decision versus this team. Because he has, like, 2 potential setup sweepers.
Mm-hmm.
Also, he loses his Toxapex here to Registeel, so that's... I don't know why he didn't just go to Mamoswine or go to, Gyarados or Breloom.
Goes Tailwind again.
Mm-hmm.
Setting up Tailwind on Zapdos is a little weird. He could have just gone for damage, but now it's Zapdos.
Yeah, I mean,
that's a door open for Breloom.
Could have run
pretty much
defog.
just wins this game now. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Stone Edge miss sucks, but I don't think it mattered too much.
Probably not in the grand scheme of this game.
Yeah, because Tyranitar doesn't need to be at full for too much. Like, I guess it's nice for Guzzlord, but...
I know I didn't just play with my team. Mamoswine taking all that.
Yeah, I don't... I mean, like, Mamoswine's not a terrible play here, but... Yeah, it is just gonna faint to Toxic, pretty much.
Trying to get that move.
Yeah, but it's gonna take out Tyranitar and Steel before doing
So
that,
wait, did they both die to Toxic?
Yeah, Registeel Toxic to Mamoswine, and Mamoswine killed Registeel, but Mamoswine fainted after that.
Oh, so Mamoswine killed Registeel, right? Oh, right, Registeel was not Toxic, duh. Yeah, is the music better for you guys? Actually, this song came in, like, and it's a lot louder than the other ones. So I don't know if that has to do with it, but I did raise the volume a little bit.
It's not loud.
Suicune reveals it's not leftovers here, which means he's brought Assault Vest Suicune again. And I don't know why he's brought it this week. Like, physically defensive would have been a lot better for Mamoswine, and potentially for Gyarados, especially if he was Hidden Power Electric, but...
Yeah.
He's Assault Vest again, and I don't know why he keeps bringing Assault Vest.
Well, what would Assault Vest even have done in this battle?
I genuinely have no clue.
Like what was he even trying to prepare for?
I guess maybe maybe Specs, maybe Specs Guzzlord. But that's about it. That's all that really checks.
But even Specs Guzzlord isn't too strong either.
I don't know why he doesn't
that's really
attempt
good
to go for
damage.
Mach Punch, yeah, but
I think Mach Punch would have done a lot more, and at least ended in a draw.
maybe, but
Yeah, like if you got like max roam or maybe like a crit.
Alright, well, we did have a close match this time around. I'm gonna go ahead and go on replay while I just add all these together here, total all these. So we have a 1-0 real close match this week.
yeah, I talked about this in BVL in general, but once Zapdos went down, Tyrant should have been able to win easily with Gyarados and Broom, but for some reason he's just not able to pull through. Like, if he set up Dragon Dance, I get that's kind of risky, but if he set up Dragon Dance on Suicune, he could have pulled through, but he does
Oh yeah,
risk a
if
Storm Run.
he was sub D-Dance, he would have won easily.
Yeah, if he was sub as well, like sub DD
Yeah, sub
down,
DD, he wouldn't
like,
have lost.
crushes this team.
Alright, sorry, I just had a, I had to
think
be
this
relayed a
is-
discussion about something. Anyway, let me get these totals back here now. Keep going, carry on.
I think this is another case of Tyrant blowing a perfectly winnable week just by not running optimal sets on his mons. But this week was definitely winnable for Tyrant. But he's 0-3. He's pretty much blown his last 2 matches because of like poor building. To an extent, poor playing, but poor building kind of just shoots him in the foot more so than his playing. Like, his playing isn't terrible.
Like, the build is cool. Like I actually saw some potential.
And, like, his draft has potential, but I guess he doesn't really know how to work it the best way.
I mean, you
and
can't
so
really
he
blame
keeps
him. He just,
losing
like,
these
I don't
really
think
easy
he's
matchups.
someone who would like use Guzzler on the daily whenever he plays Pokemon. You know what I mean? Like, I know he likes Guzzlord, but I don't think he likes him to the extent where he will have to be like.
It's not even that, you just, like, all
stable.
you need to do is look at what your opponent is bringing, and then look at, you know, your Pokemon's movesets and your Pokemon, and just bring what is best for that specific match, and then you just run some EVs and a calculator, and boom, that's it. That's how you build for draft.
I feel like after he took Regisaur, he just went after like Sweet. I feel like he just went Swords Dance for a little moment.
If he went Gyarados after Mamoswine and just set up a Dragon Dance, and then just subbed on this, then just subbed afterwards, he would have won.
So,
Yeah, Suicune can't do anything to Gyarados. Period.
Yeah. Especially since he's not running Power Electric, which I think he should have been this week.
Like
Because
worst
that
case
would've been-
scenario, he'll get burned, but that's what the sub is for.
Yeah.
Alright, well, that perfectly timed with the end of the replay. So we have a 1-0. Detroit Legends sitting at 1-2 with a total score of -8. Bilgewater Berserkers sitting at 0-3 with also a total score of -8 for the season so far. Current MVP for the Detroit Legends with 3 KOs is... It is Darmanitan with 3 KOs. Current MVP for the Bilgewater Berserkers is Mamoswine with 4 for the season. Just going over the KOs this match, Detroit Legends had 1 KO from Tyranitar, 2 from Darmanitan, and 2 from Registeel. Bilgewater Berserkers had 1 from Gyarados, 2 from Mamoswine, 1 from Toxapex, and 1 from Relicanth. If I counted that all right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, I only had 5 on this side. What did I miss? Did I miss 1 from Darmanitan? Don't tell me I did this again.
Dom got
you do it
2
again?
kills.
Let's see.
Yeah, Dom got 3 kills. It got U-turn on Guzzlord, and then Flare Blitz on Gyarados and Breeding.
I think the U-turn was the one I missed. Alright, so that
Yeah.
is that. So that means Darmanitan is still the MVP, but with 4 instead of 3 KOs. Alright, so everything should be set again. I've said this before, but if you go back and watch the replays and look at the stats and you see something off, let me know. I'll fix it. Alright, that's going to do it for our first match of Week 3. We're going to move on now.